What is going on? What is going on, everybody? We are live. Welcome to the channel. My name is Julien Stoutt. I'm a licensed personal trainer, licensed PE teacher, world record powerlifter, special education teacher, here to take the fear out of fitness. We're about to take off, and class is in session. So, check this out. I know. Some of y'all are going to probably look at this and go, why are you talking about this? You're a personal trainer. You're a PE teacher. You're a special education teacher. What do you, and you're married. What in the blue hell do you got to do with all of this? Well, let's start with the fact that I'm also a father of 2 children. But in this particular situation, I want to help out my son. Now, in all honesty, my son is just fine. He's in a meaningful relationship. This is not really about him literally, but what it is about is the nature of where manhood is at this moment and the ridiculous notions that we have to deal with as men who are not dealing with reality right now, because there are a lot of people out here in the universe who are in Delulu. That is not an African term. It is actually short for delusional. Okay? And other people will try to tell you anything is possible. That is true. As a matter of fact, I had this conversation with my students, not this conversation, but a conversation with my students about all things being possible. But I also met it with the caveat that it ain't probable. Okay? What a lot of people don't realize is that what is this drizzle and why is it blowing up? For my female friends who I grew up with, from the female people in my family, my loved ones, my sister, my mom, my cousins, my aunts, I want to point out that many of my family members that are female are in different various relationship statuses in their lives, right? And within that, they all know the realities of that type of relationship. Those of us who are not in a relationship finds themselves sort of in the same mindset as the sprinkle. And Drizzle is a direct parody of Sprinkle. Now, what is Sprinkle? For those of y'all who are not in the know, those of y'all who are not on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok, Sprinkle is a woman by the name of Letitia Padua, who goes by Shira7 or Shira7 on Instagram. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to Miss Shira. She's got a book
to my women with the utmost respect
called How to Date a Provider and Avoid a Dusty. This is a terminology that she's come up with, okay? And one of the things that I want y'all to realize is that when you get to the sound that I'm only keeping this out because she is playing copyrighted music and I don't want my video to be struck. So I'm not going to allow the sound to play. But when we get to the sound, I want y'all to really understand this mindset that people are trying to influence your daughters, your mothers, your sisters, your aunties, your grannies to go and do to see if they could go and quote unquote secure the bag. All right. And this is where it gets hilariously insane. Shira, which book am I supposed to read? First of all, I want y'all to look for yourselves. Shira, which book am I supposed to read first? For $35, it better be worth it. Goes to Amazon. The biggest thing Shira do to us is teach self-respect. respect, self-love, and detachment. Okay? First of all, no, she's not. She's lying to y'all. That is not self-respect, self-love, and detachment. Detachment may be a legitimate one when you are being disrespected, truly disrespected. But the mere thought that some of y'all have about being disrespected is hilarious. But I'll get into that later. To set boundaries, ain't nothing wrong with setting boundaries. But it's what boundaries are you setting for that way somebody to reach you. So for instance, you want sunlight to hit the planet, right? So if you want the sunlight, let me come back out so that way y'all can see me on this one. Because if you want sunlight to hit the planet and the ultraviolet rays to benefit the earth, while it is detrimental to us to be exposed to ultraviolet rays for a long extended period of time, plants thrive on it, right? But we want to eat. So the things that we eat, those of us who are not vegans, eat the animals that eat the vegetables. Those of us who are vegans eat the vegetables that the sun provides for. So, but if we set these boundaries to such a degree where we block out ultraviolet light, we could, I'm pretty sure, if we truly wanted to, we could create a filter or that will block ultraviolet light from shining on the earth wherever it's turning, wherever the sun is at when the earth is turning. I am sure we could block the ultraviolet rays from hitting us to such a massive degree that we will not have so-called skin cancer, right? But Julien, doesn't the sun also give us vitamin D? Yes, it does. Doesn't the ultraviolet light make the plants grow? Yes, it does. Doesn't the ultraviolet light heat the earth? Yes, it does. So if that's the case, why would we block ultraviolet light out even though it causes skin cancer? Because what y'all have to understand is that everything that good that comes with the sun, there's a little bit of bad that comes with it. And like anything in life, and right now we are in the state of psychosis that we want everything to be perfect. We want everything to go so swimmingly that not a bead of sweat drops from our brow, because if that happens, the level of stress, oh Lord, I can't handle it. When the body is designed for stress, physical and mental and emotional stress. Now, there are boundaries that must be set for individuals to not experience such detrimental physical stress, such detrimental mental stress, such detrimental emotional stress that it does not destroy you and all that you know, love, and trust. But the problem is that people, specifically women at this point, are trying to create a quote unquote soft life, because what they do is they reflect back on their parents, grandparents, great grandparents, and the lives that they lived and what they read about throughout history, which is revisionist history in some cases. In other cases, it actually did happen. That men were abusive. Men were withholding financial support from their wives. Men left their wives to start new families, leaving the other family destitute and struggling. While some of that did happen, we're not going to sit here and pretend like none of that happened and that those women don't deserve support. They do 100% deserve support, and they do deserve to be compensated for that struggle. However, times have changed drastically. Now, are there a bunch of assholes out here that will turn around and go about disrespecting a female and disrespecting their wives and disrespecting their girlfriends? Absolutely. Putting their hands on them? Absolutely. But are we holding women accountable for what part they play in those situations as well? Like I said, and when we started this whole thing about being mean, I mean what I say. We're going to show you the mindset, and we are also going to hold you accountable. And that is everybody. men and women. Because, like I told y'all before, men have espoused the Kevin Samuels mantra, and they don't even know how to espouse it properly because they're taking certain talking points and then trying to make it the overall theme when that's not the case. The overall theme is what most men who lack accountability are avoiding. They're not taking up the mantle in the fullest sense of what a man is supposed to be, while trying to dictate to women that this is what they expect and demand of women. And it's also delusional when you do not have the said requirements to demand what it is that you're demanding. When you're demanding certain things that are required for a high value man, you must at least be a high value man. But some of you guys are so delusional in your thought process that you think you're a high value man because you got a couple of extra dollars in your pocket, but it ain't on the level of money that a high value man's acumen dictates. You think that you're going to get this type of woman, or you deserve this type of woman, and you are sadly mistaken, which actually now crosses over to Miss Shira 7, Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle herself. So, as for me, I did date Always Provider. This person cannot type. Always Provider, and was with a very wealthy man before I even heard of Shira. But she teached me more about how to treat myself and don't overreact emotionally and win myself and my power back. Girl, I will get that book on TikTok. I got a lot of chapters too. This is a guidebook, or does it have those journaling pages like I bring nothing to the table? I love the advice pages, but I don't do the other stuff, so would love more of that. Thanks. Girl, you are doing the Lord's work. I'm reading this from the top. Girl, you are doing the Lord's work. This is going to wake a lot of women up. We really need women like you to help women get back to femininity. This is not femininity. We ain't even going to get into that right now. I never ran to Amazon so fast. Let's keep going. I need the Audible. Okay. Sure, you need to reply to me. Once I did all you kept saying and got me a real provider, his MF friend got jealous and he's been trying to separate us since. I can no longer deal with this, and I don't want to get into much details, but he's going above and beyond to ruin my relationship and reputation with him. That is, if he hasn't already succeeded. Please tell me what to do. Let's see what the replies are. She's going to tell you to find a backup provider. Find a backup provider. If your man is that weak, he will listen to his dusty friend. How do you know his friend's dusty? See, this is the thing that right here that irks my nerves. How do you know his friend's dusty? How do you know that his friend is not financially well off like her provider man? Sounds like a superhero. Provider man. Provider man. Here comes provider man. Provider man. Provider man. Does whatever a provider can. Makes 10 G's any size. Catching tricks just like flies. Look out. Here comes provider man. You're like, come on now. Really? Anyway. Find him a boyfriend. Wow. Okay. For whom my man or his friend update. The friend is out of the picture finally. Yeah. Cool. So now let's get to Sprinkle Sprinkle. I think I'll go through that. Nope.
What do you do if he goes the whole day without talking to me but texting me the next morning? Girl, I would have been talking to other people, so I really wouldn't have cared. I'm like, oh, so I'm glad you're still alive. How you been? What do you do if he goes the whole day without talking to me but texting me the next morning? Girl, I would have been talking to other people. So
when he hasn't texted all day, let me break down something to you real quick, because this is where y'all are going to start pissing me off. Legitimately piss me off. First of all, I am both a teacher and a personal trainer. When I kiss my wife in the morning goodbye, 9 times out of 10, I am so busy dealing with children's behaviors, dealing with children's mindsets, writing up IEPs, having meetings with admin, having meetings with my supervisor. I don't even have time to eat my lunch when I'm supposed to. Okay? Dealing with parents, calling parents, working with the dean. I don't even have time. Then after that, I run a game club for these students that runs well into 5 o'clock in the evening. Then after that, I have to leave and go to the gym and work out. More times than not, my wife probably doesn't hear from me until then, depending on the day. If my wife really needs to get a hold of me, she can call. If my phone rings or I notice that my phone rang and I see my wife called, I'm sure it's an emergency or it's something seriously important. I will call her back as soon as I can. But if she sends a text message, I might not get it because my phone might have went off and my phone was in my office. Didn't even see it go off. So this whole thing about not when he's not texted all day, you're going to go text somebody else. You know what? Cool. Say less. Be out. I don't need that. I don't need the childish, 12-year-old behavior about, this, that, the other. I'm gonna go text other people. Go ahead, text other people. Hope they move you into their house too. Hope they give you their car to drive around in. All that. But we ain't playing that because I'm in a mature relationship. When my wife hasn't heard from me, she didn't hear from me. And then when she does hear from me, it's because she heard from me at the moment. Because I finally got it. And if I didn't see it, and I genuinely didn't see it, I will apologize. I'm man enough to do that. Especially if it wasn't my intent to not talk to her. So understand that too. Like I'm gonna break this down to y'all so y'all can understand, so that some of y'all ladies can understand this. I'm in a mature relationship. She don't run me. I don't run her. We communicate. We express our discontent. When we have it, we express our content when we do. We either do something about it or we don't. And if we don't, there better be a good reason why you're not. Or we're going to have to find a resolution to this situation. Am I wrong, people? Give me a 1 in the chat or into the comments if you disagree with what I just said. My wife doesn't run me at all. And I don't run my wife. If my wife was sitting here, she'll say the same thing. He don't run me either. I'm not going anywhere to say it. I'm not going to hide from it. I'm on a public forum, not going to hide from it. I'm not scared of my wife, but my wife ain't scared of me either. She shouldn't be. Because there's respect between us. Not one-sided respect, not one-sided devotion. It is mutual respect and devotion for each other. And if y'all can't meet that, y'all shouldn't get married. Period. End of story. Y'all shouldn't be dating. Period. End of story. Y'all shouldn't even take a number. If you as a woman cannot be respectful and devoted to your man, don't even bother taking his number. And guys, if you cannot be respectful and devoted to your woman, don't bother taking her number. Unless y'all both have agreed upon the nature of your relationship. If your relationship is smash and grab and y'all both are aware of that, let it be what it is. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to even judge you on it. That's your relationship. However, If you are pretending that you're in a loving relationship, knowing full well that you want to run around and play, and you haven't even opened your mouth and told the other person that that's your intent, don't bother taking their number. Sprinkle, drizzle, drizzle, sprinkle. Okay? After a certain age, you give 0. Too focused. Don't pull all your eggs in one basket. See, this is why y'all single. Why do her responses be so funny every time? Just the way she come out the gate and she pauses just like, girl. Worrying about a guy that applies no pressure is wild. Your art of detachment fascinates me. If he won't, another man will. Sprinkle, sprinkle. See this? If he won't. You literally, the man didn't text you. That's all he did. That's all he did. The man didn't text you. 24 hours. So you're so wrapped in yourself and in your feelings that if you're dating a man and you haven't heard from him in 24 hours, you move on? Serious? I ain't saying go chasing them dude down and texting, blowing up his phone, texting him every 15 seconds. But what I'm saying is give the man a little bit of space to breathe and let him figure out what he needs to do. Because maybe he's been at work all day. If he's supposed to be this quote unquote provider, maybe, just maybe, he's busting his behind providing. Maybe he's working 9, 10, 11, 12 hours. 16 hours. Do you understand that if you're working 16 hours, that means you only have enough time to sleep, wake up, wipe your behind, cut your face, leave? Let me tell y'all something right now. I leave my house every day between 7 and 7:35 every morning. I don't get home some nights until 9 o'clock. That's 14 hours. All right? If I'm putting in 14 hours, I barely have time to talk to my wife when she gets home. And she gets home right after I do. And some nights she gets home before me. And by the time I eat, get in the shower, get my mind right, get myself in the bed, it's already 10:30. I got to get up again in the morning. 5:30, 6 o'clock, to get myself together and get myself out the door. Sometimes I don't even get up until 6:30, depending on how stressful my day was the night before. So yet, we're sitting here being childish when you're demanding that men provide a certain lifestyle for you, but yet you can't be gracious and understanding enough that this man might be busting his behind for hours and he can't get a decent level of respect to at least give this man enough time to breathe and decompress before he's addressing you and whatever it is you got going on, positive or negative. Seriously? Are we that self-absorbed? Well, okay. Got something for that. I probably match his energy. Ignore his good morning text. Talk to other dudes, then hit him up the next day. We don't have the time. Why do you have to talk to other dudes? How do you know he's talking to other females? This is where y'all mess up. This is where y'all mess your game up. You start making assumptions as to what he's doing instead of finding out what he's doing. If you ask him, more than likely he'll tell you. And if he is one of those guys that's playing games with you, you already know. Go. Don't even play games with him anymore. Bounce. Find the next dude. Don't even entertain him anymore. The minute you find out he's not playing the same game as you, bounce. Fellas, the same thing goes for you. The minute you realize she's not playing the same game as you, bounce. You playing basketball, she's playing baseball. Y'all can't coexist. She's playing baseball, you playing soccer. You can't coexist. Because there are different rules to those games. And obviously, somebody's playing a different game than the other one, and therefore the other one has no clue what the score is. And I'm not saying this in level of competition. I'm saying this in terms of understanding the demands that are being placed upon you in this relationship. If my wife is telling me she wants a monogamous relationship and I turn around and I tell her, oh, absolutely, I'll give you a monogamous relationship, but I'm sleeping with 15 other women, clearly I'm playing rugby. She's playing solitaire. So what happens is that she needs to leave. And I don't mean she needs to leave like get out of my house or something. She needs to leave because obviously I don't value her the way she thought I did. And the other side, I'm monogamous. She's got 5 dudes in the stable. One's paying her rent. One's feeding her. One's beating the guts. The other one is fixing her stuff. And the other one's providing her with money. What she need me for? What does she need me for? Is extra? No, we don't do that. We're not doing that. Okay? You could go now, you could get out my house if that's where I'm at. If that's where we are, get out my house. Or if we're in a dating relationship, you could go about your business. I don't need that, and I don't need you. If that's what you need in your life, keep that. Because if you need 5 dudes to sustain your life, good luck with that. Let's see how long you have those 5. And let's see how long you can maintain those 5s. And let's see how tired you get trying to maintain those 5. And keep re-outfitting that roster. Go ahead. Good luck with that. But I'll see you on the other side, though. Y'all, that's petty. But let's move on.
Men love bomb and tell you lies in the beginning to sleep with you fast. They tell you everything you need to hear, that you want to hear. You need to hear that ATM going, that's what you need to hear, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Let's go with that again.
Men love bomb and tell you lies in the beginning to sleep.
Men love bomb and tell you lies in the beginning. Who hurt you? Let's go to your, the content that these women go through all the time. Who hurt you? Who broke you? Who severed you in such a way that this is your philosophy now? That men love bomb you and tell you lies in the beginning. Go ahead. My wife will tell you complete otherwise. Shoot, my ex-wife would tell you otherwise. I ain't love bomb nobody. I told the truth straight up. Looked them right in the eye and told them this is what it is. When I met my ex-wife, I was in a relationship with somebody else. Not a monogamous relationship, but in a relationship. I told her about the relationship. I let her know that there was a relationship that I was in prior to her. When I started noticing things were getting real between me and her, I let her know that I will be ending things with the other person. And I did. Full stop. Complete cutoff. Went to the other person and let them know, hey, this is my last time talking to you. I'm going to be moving on into this relationship that I told you about, that I was in at the moment, that I was looking into and prospecting at the moment. And guess what? They were cool with it. Because I told the truth. I'm not simping. I don't have to simp. I told you the truth. Simping is when I got to lie to you and pretend and, oh, baby, you the only one for me. I love you and this, that, the other. And I don't mean not a word I just said. You could check. I'm telling you the God's honest truth. I'm not playing no games. I'm not sounding all extra hard for the cameras. I'm living what I rap about. When I was dating my wife, we were dating. When I told her that I was in love with her and that she's the only woman I want to be with, that was it. That was it. That was the show. I told her. She didn't even tell me. I told her. I'm not going anywhere to say it. I'm not even going to hide it or fake the funk. It's the real, the real, the real. But guess what? 24 years. What is this? 24 now? 23. Going on 24. So, seems to me like I know a little bit of what I'm talking about. Love bombing lies in the beginning.
Fast.
To sleep with you fast. I didn't need to do that either. If I slept with a woman, it's because I told them what was up. I told them what I wanted. I didn't lie about anything. I didn't have to gas up a woman. I didn't have to fake flash cash that I didn't have. As a matter of fact, I was broke. Ironically. Still. Okay? I'm just keeping it real. Broke is a joke, but telling the truth. Did not fake the funk and be like, oh girl, I got fat loot. Oh yeah, my car's in the shop. Oh yeah, I did this. Oh yeah, I did that. Oh yeah, I got this. Oh yeah, I got that. Nope. Did not pretend not once. So, to sleep with you fast, and then on top of that, in this generation now, we ain't even talking about 24 years ago. Now, oh Lord. It's like Eddie Murphy said, it just falls out the pockets. If that's the case, I have not talked to a young man yet who has his act together. Doesn't have to be rich, doesn't have to be paid, doesn't have to be balling. That doesn't tell me anytime. All I have to do is hit her up. I got that. My single friends, it just falls out the pockets. That's what I hear all the time. Me, I don't know, because 24 years ago, I closed my pockets. Nothing goes in or out. What's in my pocket is my wife, and that's where she is, in the pocket. She don't come out, she don't go in. She's right in the pocket. Guess what? I'm in her pocket. Not going in, not getting out. Her purse is zipped up, I'm in there. I'm in there. Not my balls, I'm in there. The whole me is in there. Just to gather that understanding of where we at. But yeah, keep going. They be telling us lies to get in my pants, and I be telling lies to get their money. I win. Do you really? Because if he gets in your pants after you get the money, don't y'all both get what y'all want? Number one. Number two, isn't that prostitution? Why are you so fixated on money? Why aren't you fixated on the character of the man? Instead of y'all looking at the character of the man, y'all quick to look at what he got in his pockets. As opposed to, y'all look at, oh, he fine, girl. He must got money. He do this and he do that and this, that, the other this. I'm going to go get the pockets. And then you wonder why you end up single moms. Then you wonder why you end up being broke. Why you end up have to have foodie calls in order to get some food because you ain't got enough money to cover either the rent or the food. One of the two, or if not both. And then what are you doing to get the food? Then what are you doing to get the rent? You think it's just, oh, I call my mans up. Yeah, you called your mans up. But what did you have to do to get into that situation and into that pocket for you to get that man's to pay your rent or buy you said food? You think your sweet talk is what's up? Because I'm telling you now, if it was about clapping the cheeks, I guarantee you he's clapping the cheeks somewhere else if you ain't giving it. And if you ain't giving it, guess what? You also going to be cut off from the finances if that's what it is. So keep playing those little mind games and think that's going to work for you. Exactly. They'll quickly become anything they think you want them to be just to sleep with you. Don't fall for it. Really? Well, who's these dudes you talking to? Don't get me wrong, I've seen those dudes. And you know the sad part is, most of those dudes are exactly what you physically want, except for the parts you can't see. Good looking, in great shape, teeth are straight, teeth are white, breath smells good, he smells good, hair's cut, shoes are clean. And then guess what? You play yourself. Because there was a guy that hollered at you earlier that you just blew off like, he looks broke and dusty. But guess who really wanted you as a woman? Guess who really wanted you as the human being that they saw you as before you became Darth Vader? Before you became the hyena? Before you became Harley Quinn? Guess who? That dude did. But here's the other part. Here's the part that's really going to piss you off. That guy was broken dusty for now. That guy was broken dusty for now. But now, he ain't so broke. He definitely ain't dusty. And you can't get him. Want to know why? Because you're standing at the finish line for the marathon that is his life. And you're waiting to hand him a cold glass of whatever. And guess what he's doing? He's walking past you. He's walking past you with the woman that ran the race with him. And she's not the same race as you. The woman who even runs a leg of that race with that man is the one who will win him at the end of the race, unless he's a complete and utter simp. Complete and utter simp. So keep playing. Keep looking for, yeah, you might have got a couple of dollars out of his pocket, but you didn't get the whole thing. You might have got a trip to a restaurant, but guess who's getting restaurant meals all the time now? That woman who ran that leg of the race with him. Fellas, if you're in the house, put a 1 in the chat. Ladies, if you're in the house, put a 2 in the chat. As a matter of fact, at this point in time, please give me a like if you're still on. Appreciate you if you do. Because I'm cooking right now. Let's keep going. Now, here's the deal. I'm not telling you to fall for the guy that actually will do that. Because Lord knows I don't like him either. We all don't like him. Well, those of us who are real. Real men don't like that guy. Because he ruins it for the rest of us. Especially those of us who have children. Especially those of us who have daughters. We don't want that guy around our daughters. And we will block you if you're that guy. But we are also trying to instruct our daughters to find a real man. Not how much money he makes. If he makes money, great. Hope you have a good life. Hope you have all that you ever wanted and dreamed of in your everyday life. But at the same time, what we really want for you is to have the life that where you are being loved, admired, and respected as a woman on a daily basis. Because here's the part that y'all are not understanding. We are men, but we have children. And we want our children, especially our daughters, not to experience the bullcrap that some of y'all have to experience. Because y'all don't listen to other men. It's just me, but keep going. As a matter of fact, where's Shira Seven's daddy at? I want to know.
You need to hear that you want to hear. You need to hear that ATM going. That's what you need to hear, man.
ATM. No, you don't. You need to know that man is serious about you. You need to know that that man is real about you. And there ain't no dollar amount that is going to actually determine that. Because guess what? Your JJ might be worth whatever it is he's willing to pay for it. Y'all want to keep turning around and being muumuus out here? Y'all want to be muumuus? Cool. Be a muumu. And go at collecting dollars. What are you, a stripper? Because you know, for the right amount of money, stripper takes her clothes off. An S worker will take her clothes off for that dollar, for that $2, for that $10, for that $15, for that $20. Give her enough money, she'll pay attention to you and only you for a period of time. But yet, what are you doing? You detest that woman. Because you detest that woman, am I right? Because she's getting all your man's attention. Supposedly. Let's keep it a bean. I'm reading this. I can't even read this out loud because it's so stupid. This one right here. Who are y'all talking to? Who are y'all females talking to? And who are y'all entertaining? Because this is corny to me. If this is the conversation, Cranich 7, if this is the type of conversation you're having on a regular basis, who are y'all talking to? Because this seems corny. Put a 1 in the comments or put a 1 in the chat if you agree with me, fellas. They love bomb nuts. I like to watch them say all that crap. Oh, you like BDMS? Oh, I bet you are this and that. Yes, sir, I'm everything in your head. No. First of all, a real man is going to ask you what's up with you. A real man is going to ask what's up with you. What do you like? What do you like to do? Who are you? What is it about you that I find, okay, fine. Let's be real. I think you're cute. I think you're beautiful. I think you're fine. I think you're gorgeous. I think you're out of my league. All of that. Now what? Who are you? Who are you? I'm me. Whatever that means. Okay, look, I don't got time for this. You're you. What does that mean? Who are you? Don't pull out a black cape. Tell me I'm Batman. Right? No, we don't want to hear that. I want to know who you are. Maybe I might like you even more than I do right now. The physical got me in. The physical got my eyes looking in the window. What's going to get me in the store? What's going to want me to buy anything in the store? Is the personality and the charm of the persons that work there. The deal that comes. The value that comes. Okay? Still, I know I haven't gotten to Drizzle yet. I just want y'all to get a bigger picture as to what sprinkle is.
Keep your nails did. Don't go out with no chipped nails, okay? I don't care if you got to buy some press-on nails and super glue them things on. Do not walk out the house with ratchet nails.
That's fine. You can turn around and tell a woman that, but just make sure that those nails aren't raptor claws, because that's an ultimate turnoff for men. Let me tell you. Men don't want to be dealing with somebody that could poke their eyes out from 5 feet away. No. Just keeping the beam.
Keep your nails did. Don't go out. A relationship is not falling in love. The two do not equal each other. Just because you're in a relationship does not mean you're supposed to fall in love.
Do you hear this? Why shouldn't you fall in love? I'm not saying like within a split second of seeing this person, you're a fool if you do that. But when you are in a relationship with somebody, you are learning about that individual so that way you are foreseeing that you are going to fall in love with them. Excuse me. You are foreseeing that you're going to fall in love with them. You are foreseeing that you are in love with them. Or you have already, and at some point you have gotten there. And when you got there, either you admit it or you're too scared to admit it. Male or female. This is not a one-way conversation. Your mindset is warped. Your mindset is warped. And here is the accountability for it. What did you do? Did you just act like a complete, desperate golden retriever at one point in time in your life, and then you got ran over by a red Chevy? Is that what happened? Because this sounds like broken girl vibes to me. Not broke, broken. And you finally, and the reason why I know that is because I got broken. And I wasn't on sprinkle, wasn't on drizzle either. I was on some other stuff. But it wasn't good. I'll call it demon time, if you want the honest truth. Shira, I just lost my girl because she found a guy with a better car. Do you think I should get myself a better car or a better girl? Now that's a good question. Mike, terribly sorry, but you dodged a bullet. Because any woman that is willing to divest from you because a car is better, she gets what she gets. Because I guarantee you, and this is one of the things, ladies, that y'all need to understand, is that, number one, if a man knows he got you from another man, he does not value you unless you were abused. Let me recap that. I'm sorry. If a man got you from another man, if a man got you from another man and you weren't being abused when he got you, meaning that he didn't scoop you up out of an abusive relationship because he valued what he saw, let me tell you, you are wet tissue. You're straight up wet tissue to him. You're used. Because I played you. I got you up off of your man for a car. What else? Who else could get you? Who else could get you? Let me break it down for on a lower scale so that y'all can really gather what I'm saying. If a woman could get your man for a Snickers bar, if a woman could get your man for a Snickers bar, how lame is he? And then what does that woman think about him? He's lame. If all it took was a Snickers bar to get her or get him, come on now. Come on now. That's all it took, huh? Snickers bar. Cool. He ain't worth about nothing. Guess what that means? Another woman could get him for a Twix. Another woman could get him for a Toblerone. Another woman could get him for a Hershey Symphony, the giant one. A sleeve of Reese's for like $2.89 that your man can now be gotten for. So you know what? He ain't worth keeping. So if I could turn around and pull your girl with a new car, whatever car it is, whether I don't even give a damn if it's an R8 or a Corvette or a Lambo, for the simple fact that I could get your girl's attention with a car, you're lame. As a female, not the male, female, you're lame. You're corny and you're desperate. and you're very immature and you could be distracted by shiny objects. Want to know why I can say that? Because I know my wife ain't that woman. Go ahead and, first of all, my wife wouldn't even like to get into a Lamborghini in the first place. Keep it a B. That's my favorite car, and she tells me that's a car you'll drive by yourself. I'll never get in it. Mind you, wife, and won't get into one. What makes you think she's going to get into yours? And if you could get my wife for a Lambo, you did me a favor. Thank you, buddy. And on the flip side, I know my wife would be like, you know what? If you could get my man for a simple conversation, if you could get my man for this, and he's leaving with you, you did me a favor. Thank you, boo-boo. She'll be mad for a split second, but she'll realize that I wasn't about nothing, and she'll be right. So sprinkle, sprinkle.
You're supposed to fall in love, actually. You're supposed to grow in love.
Okay, I agree with that.
And, you know, when you fall, it hurt. That's why y'all heart broke, because it fell and got cracked. Like my phone, I had to go get my phone fixed today. Me getting in a relationship is...
Yes, I would. You know what? I agree with her on that. I will. It's not falling in love, growing in love. But ATM machine? Nah. Men are supposed to love you 10 times more. Who the flying flip uncle catching kangaroos are you that I'm supposed to fall in love with you more? Really? For what? I'm gonna keep reading, because you will learn how to love him for real. You will learn how to. You will grow that love for him. His actions towards you will activate your love for him. No! No. No. Because make no mistake about it, your actions is whether or not I'm going to even be bothered to invest in you. At all. At all. I'm not investing in you if I see you moving like a snake. I'm not investing in you if you moving funny. The minute I see you moving funny and we're in the early stages of stuff, you move funny. You're playing baseball. I'm playing soccer. I'm not playing the same game as you. Time to leave. I'm on the wrong court. This is a tennis court. I don't know how to play tennis. I don't play tennis. I play basketball. Time for me to move. Aren't you willing to learn? No. We're playing two different games, mama. We ain't doing that. Either you play my game or I find a new game. I find a new player to play mine. That's it. And play with me long enough, I might find several. You ain't the only ones, ladies. And we ain't the only ones, fellas. We both could play that game. But the understanding is that when you realize that somebody's being real with you, be real with them. Stop playing with them. Stop playing with their emotions. Stop being dumb. But I'm going to give one more video and I'm going to go down real quick. No romance without finance is a nuisance and a baby you don't marry for love first. Romance without finance. Again, y'all looking at dollars. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was Jeff Bezos rich when he first got married? I'll wait. Walt Disney? Most people that were married before they reached their level of fame and fortune was not at that level. when they got married. Okay? So while y'all are sitting there looking at Broken Dusty and turning your nose up at him, Broken Dusty might have been the lottery ticket. Not saying that you're supposed to go and spend $1 every week or every other day, in hopes to God that you hit the big one. But how about $1 million? Yeah, I know the jackpot might have been $1 billion, but you can't be satisfied with $1 million? You can't be satisfied with 100,000? You can't be satisfied with 10,000? Oh, so well, let me get this straight. You played the lottery, you trying to get the $1 billion prize, and you won $10,000. You ripping up that ticket and throwing it away? Fool. $100,000, you throwing it away? I ain't winning the billion. $1 million? You broke as hell. And you talking about $1 million? That ain't no money. But you broke. Girl, if you don't turn around and knock it off. Last one.
Men like toxic women. They get bored of the nice women.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Oh, 100% that's a lie. Do not. Ladies, please, for the love of God, do not.
Go look for the toxic women. Okay? So just understand that. No matter what you heard, no matter what they're saying, they like toxic women, believe me. And no matter if a man says, I don't like kids or animals, once you bring them animals and kids in the house, they're going to love them. Okay? Don't listen to them. Stick to your plans.
Let me explain something to you. As a man with a wife who really does love animals, I had to turn around and prove the point that I needed to prove in order to gain understanding as to why I don't want a certain amount of animals in my house. I let it go crazy. Because I've been like, hey, what are we doing? Hey, what are we doing? Why is this dog in here? Why is this dog in here? Why is this cat in here? We got 6 other cats. What's going on with this? This is crazy. What are we doing? We need to get rid of them. No, we can't get rid of them. So I let it just happen. And when chaos ensued, I let it sit. I let her deal with the chaos. And when she realized, she's watching. I know she's going to watch this video. And when she realized the chaos that she couldn't manage, we're now down to 2 cats, 2 big dogs. That's it. That's the level we're at now. I could accept animals in the house. That's fine. But how many? There's a threshold. Kids? I don't have a problem with kids. If that's what my relationship entails. But you know what? What I'm not going to deal with is kids that don't listen to me. You better get your child in line. Because if I'm going to be dealing with you and your child, guess what? Better listen. I'm gone. You might be amazing. Your child is a nightmare. I'm gone. I'm just telling you. Take it how you want. Closed mouth, don't get fed. But this whole trying to spring it, you ain't springing nothing. If I don't want kids, I don't want kids. Ain't no man worth his salt is going to tell you otherwise. If he don't want them and he tells you he don't want them, he's gone. Toxic women. No man wants a toxic woman. He wants peace. He wants to come home to sanity. He doesn't want to sit in the middle of his driveway for 10 minutes trying to decompress because when he gets in the house, he's got no relief. Just keep it a bean. Toxic women. So, I've been going on for an hour. This might go on for a little bit longer. So, what is the soft guy era drizzle? Let's read this real quick. Soft guy era is slang for term associated with the expression drizzle, which is used to describe a man who is proudly acts soft by refusing to date broke women and adhere to traditional male gender norms, meaning I'm not doing it. I don't fix what? Fix the sink. Girl, I don't do that. You better call a plumber. Drizzle. Girl, you gonna love me and my 15 kids and my 3 baby mamas. Say you won't. Drizzle. What you giving me broke girl energy if you can't handle me? Drizzle. Such as being primary provider for their girlfriend, instead wanting their partner to pamper and provide for them. The term was popularized on TikTok in April 2024 by TikTokers Scarface Mark, who is this person right here. You'll get to see his stuff here in it shortly. Scarface Mark and Lil Goody as an ironic response to and parody of entitled women who are excused for negative or self-serving behaviors such as proudly refusing to be with men who won't pay their way in life. Not buy them a drink, not buy them dinner, but you gonna tell me what I spend my money on and how much money I get to spend? You better bounce. You better kick rocks. So you trying to tell me if I don't spend a certain amount of money, I can't date you? What are you bringing that I should have to spend this money? Like I told y'all last week, if this is Condoleezza Rice we talking about, she's not my type of woman in the sense of I'm not attracted to Condoleezza Rice. She's much older than me anyway, but I'm not attracted to Condoleezza Rice. But that's not the point. If Condoleezza Rice was a woman I'm interested in, I know for a fact Condoleezza Rice eats at steakhouses and all these fine restaurants and stuff like that. She has the money. She has the livelihood. She has the cachet to be able to do that. So if I meet Condoleezza Rice as a man, I already know I'm not coming with the nonsense. I'm not. I'm going to be like, yo, this is how much money I make. I'm not going to spit, like give it, the finite detail of how much money I make, but I'm like, this is the range. I understand that you're you. Check this out. This is all I could afford to do for you, boo-boo. Take it or leave it. Now, let me explain something to you. There's a saying that goes out here that it says, when you ask me for $10, I gave you $10. When you ask the next man for 20, he gave you 20. But the difference is that when I gave you $10, I gave you the $10 I had left. When he gave you 20, he had 200. Who would you go with, ladies? Answer that question. Put it in the chat. Put it in the comments. Who would you go for, ladies? Who would you go for if you asked one man for $10, the other man for 20? You gonna go off with the man that has 20? Or you gonna go with the man that has 10? Because I assure you, if you go for the man that has 20, you will only get 10% of him. When what you're really desiring is all of him. That man that gave you that 10, he gave you all of him. And if he had 1,000, he'd give you the 1,000. Not in a simptastic type of way, but he's giving you all he has. Whereas this guy is barely even trying. And you're impressed with the crumbs that he's leaving you on the table. Whereas instead of understanding the difference between not accepting crumbs from a man versus this is all a man has, there's a big difference between the two. Huge difference between the two. And the hilarity part is most men don't make what you think they make. Average man's salary is $50,000. Average. 50,000. Which means if you keep aiming 100 men, 50 of them, you're going to go 50 before you meet one that makes less money or more money than that. Now what? You're just going to keep swinging and keep swinging until you hit the jackpot, huh? What about the other women that are behind you that are swinging for the same man, which is only 10% of the population, mind you? If they know that every woman is swinging to get them, what are your chances on keeping him? Number one, what are your chances on keeping him solitarily? You ain't keeping him. Not like that. I'm just keeping it a bean with y'all. Specifically, it parodies the term soft girl era, which went viral in 2023 as a way of defining women who wants to live a soft, stress-free life on their own terms and reject the girl boss lifestyle. I would reject both and just be a human being. The term drizzle is often used in the videos and is a parody on the term sprinkle, which went viral on TikTok in 2023 as a way of essentially saying bless your heart. In 2023, some women on TikTok began posting videos announcing that they were in their soft girl era, essentially meaning they were trying to live a drama and stress-free life with an emphasis on self-care. The soft girl era has been suggested to be a rejection of the girl boss lifestyle, which focuses on empowerment through hard work and independence. With Glamour publishing an article in 2023, wondering if the era is a backward slide into patriarchal norms. Funny thing is, I had a conversation with a family member just last night about patriarchal terms might be a thing. There's going to be like 4 different paths of how life is going to be for most people. And it ain't going to be all good for y'all. Some of it is going to be a mutual respectful era for women, because the men and women who want to work together and build something together, that's one path. The other path is man makes all the money, man makes all the decisions, man makes options, and man can have as many women as he so chooses. The other path is going to be individual relationships living in one house. So meaning boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, living in one house. Last but not least is boyfriend, girlfriend, and other friends all involved with each other living in the same house. That's the future. You heard it here first. So in 15, 20, 25 years from now, when it's actually happening, feel free to tell me I was right in this video when that time comes. Whether I'm alive or not, just put it in there. TikToker Scarface Mark is known for his ironic videos hyping up soft guy lifestyle, essentially meaning the refusal of being the provider in a male-female relationship and putting an emphasis on being pampered and taken care of. For example, on March 21st of 2024, TikToker posted a video where he claims to have broken up with his girlfriend of 5 years because she was too perfect and provided him so much. He gave him a car, paid his bills. She upped his standards, garnering over 5.9 million views in a month. So let's see if that's it right here.
King Put that down and get back in the car. That's not your job. Your mama should have told you better. That was her job when you were growing up. That was your mom's job and her duty to do that when you were a kid. There is no reason as a man that you should be outside in the cold rain trying to change your own tire. That's a woman's job. You have to go out here and get you a hard-working woman that is willing to change that tire for you. When you get stuck on the side of the road, you don't call road assistance. You call your woman to come pull up and change that tire for you. Your mama should have told you better. We're not doing that no more. We not sitting here doing the work for ourselves no more. We deserve better. You deserve better. Man to man. Like, come on now, let's be for real. Why are you changing your own tire? You're making us look bad. So like I said before, don't let me see that happen again. Please don't let me see this happen again. Next time, call your woman and tell her to get out that car and change your tire for you. Jack the car up and change the tire for you. Why are you doing that?
And y'all think this is serious. But okay, but then here's the funny part. Y'all lost your ever-loving minds over it. And the funny part is that you can't win that argument. Because if y'all are calling it out as ridiculous and stupid, guess what? Sounds ridiculous and stupid on your end too. Just letting you know. But anyway, let's get into it. I want to play a few more of his before I get and land this plane. There we go.
All right, y'all. So I just broke up with my ex of 5 years, and I literally have no complaints about her. Like, she was perfect, right? I used to, didn't have a car. Now I have a car. But when I didn't have a car, she used to let me ride around in her car all day while she was at work. And I still didn't have a job. And and it doesn't get any better than that. She used to pay for all the meals. She paid for the bills, all that, until I got my stuff together. But it was just something about her. It was just something about her I just couldn't comprehend. Like, I can't really explain it to y'all, but she was so perfect. But you know how somebody can be good to you, but they're just not that good person to you? You know, they're that perfect person, but it's just, to me, it's more than just being a perfect person. But they just wasn't that perfect person for me.
For me.
If you get what I'm saying. It just doesn't make sense. And I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm going to try to make it make sense. But she was so perfect in every aspect. She looked good, made good money. I made $30,000 that year, but she made $120,000, and she still humbled herself down to come mess with me. She buys me meals, even to this day. I go home, she'll text me, ask me how my day's going, and then she'll DoorDash me some food while I'm just at the crib not doing anything. And it's just I really can't. I had to make room for who I truly love. Even though she was all good and dandy and perfect, I have to make room for my wife. Someone who I truly love, even though she might not be as good as this person over here. Me and her goals just didn't align. So I'm just going to let her go and I'm going to let the bird fly. You know? I'm going to let that go, even though she was good to me. I just have to let her go. She'll be good to somebody else. I had to really let her fly away. Honestly, she was a blessing to my life, though. So perfect. Good girl. Let me drive her car for real every day. But she literally took care of me. She literally upped my standards. She upped my standards. So now, y'all know my standards were already high. She literally upped my standards. So now, y'all know what's going on. On to the next. I'm about to find my wife, y'all. For real.
There's a difference. This is funny to me because this is what we hear when we hear y'all talk. He was a great guy. He took me out on dates. He cooked for me. He fed me. Only problem was he didn't blow my back out. I mean, he was okay, but he wasn't that dude. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, I met that dude. He blew my back out. And I had to. I just had to. And you know what? He didn't make as much money and he didn't take me out on dates, but boy, he blew my back out. He jumped the skins. He beat it up. He stretched it out. That's what y'all sound like to us. This right here is what y'all sound like to us.
Whoever fought for women to get jobs. Why? Why did we do that? I am so tired. I want to just put my feet up. Like, I am... Oh my god.
No. Is that complaining I hear? You guys fought for these rights. You wanted to get this money. You wanted to get in the field. So get to it. See, for generations, we've let you women get away with this long enough. We're tired of it. We've been doing it for the longest. So no, woman up. You cannot put those feet up and relax, baby girl. You got to get to work. We are in our soft guy era now. We realize you women can work now. We don't want a broke woman anymore. We don't want to pay 100% of everything. If we're going to do that, we would rather be alone. Just be ready to pay for some shit. Because we're not playing. Drizzle, drizzle.
So I've been made aware that the last couple of weeks that the males have hated my video that I was talking about my breakup, and I was saying I broke up with my boyfriend, but he was a good guy, treated me well, but he was not my husband, so we broke up. They had a problem with that because what they're saying is good enough should be good enough. But let me tell you one thing, good enough was never good enough for me. I live my life on 10 with everything that I do. I'm not going to look at something that's good and think that it's husband, because here's what it is. Good enough is right here. This is a good boyfriend. This is a husband.
My goodness!
And a lot of y'all date men that are in the gutter.
Listen, what kills me about people that think like this, bro, it'll never be enough for them. In the video she had made, she had said the guy that she broke up with was good, and he even raised her standards. Listen, it's either you're good or you're bad.
Mm-hmm.
These type of women, they want Jesus Christ. They want, listen, you could walk on water, bro, and it still won't be enough. I'm telling you, you can give them the whole world, bro, it will never be enough. Simply because they have that mindset of, oh, there's always better. This is not good enough.
There's that word again.
It's ridiculous, bro. They sit here and say,
mindset. But keep going.
they're ready for marriage, they're ready for a husband, but they have this weak-ass mindset. And what blows me
There's that word again.
more is the women that agree with this. What else do you need besides loyalty and love? What else do you need? Y'all add all these speculations to this relationship dating and all these tactics. What else do you need besides loyalty and love? Okay, then.
Amani is a low value woman. If she isn't paying for your haircuts, then why are we even listening to her? This is what y'all sound like, ladies. When in these chats. He was a good guy. He treated me well, but he was not my husband. Wait, what? That's what he said. That's what she said. Excuse me. Wait, what? He treated me well, but this is a good guy and this is a husband. You lost your husband. Stop playing with me. Good enough is never enough. What does that even mean? Bops will be bops. Love Amani. Okay. Eternal bops. Oh, you got me. I came from the other video. I dated good men. I never fell in love with them. But when I met my husband, I married him. I'm so glad I didn't marry someone else because my husband is who God had for me. Oh, Lord Jesus. Let me see what the comments are with. So which one is he, good or bad? Y'all so desperate for any kitty in the world that the world is completely binary to you. good or bad? Like, do you have any variety in your life? What does that even mean? Do you have any variety in life? Look, when you say a good woman, when a guy says a good woman, she's faithful, she speaks life into you, she treats you like you deserve to be treated. She holds you down when you're stressed. She picks you up when you're down. And she stands with you when you're golden. She loves you passionately. And the box is good. Good. Doesn't have to be epic, because usually that comes with crazy. But there you go. Good enough for you. Doesn't have to be a kiddie pool, but it's good enough. It's good for you. What you gonna do? You gonna let her go? You stupid. How many of these women you gonna find? How many? Line up 100 women. How many of them you gonna find? Now, if this was every 100 women, I got a 96% chance in finding one. Cool. Absolutely. Go for it. Knock yourself out. Drop this one, find the one. But ladies, 10% of the population is in prison. Or was in prison. Either was or is in prison. Another 10% of the population, rich AF. Another 1% of the population, not into girls. So far, we just killed 21% of the population already. Another 10% of that female population or that male population is old. Another 25% of the population is too young for you. So now what do you have left? Go for it. Knock yourselves out. Keep discarding men to the side because they weren't good enough for you, like as if you were some high level megastar of some sort, like you Rihanna. Go right ahead. Keep dumping them. Takers are never satisfied. True love is giving. My uncle taught me you can give someone the world today, then tomorrow they will ask you for the moon. Not to say be complacent. Just know if a woman loves you, you're hand over your heart. Ambition, honesty, intellect, communication, respect, support, compromise, shared values and goals, empathy, affection, fun, laughter. I could go on. You definitely need more than love and loyalty. Be for real. Wait. If you love somebody, you're going to be honest. If you love somebody, so wait. You got to be into what level intellect do you want? You want 1 standard deviation or 2 standard deviations above everyone else? Intellect level enough to do what? Talk? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So, okay, intellect. So if they can't write a dissertation on the emotions of an amoeba, he's not intelligent enough for you. Communication. If he loves you, he's going to talk to you. Respect. If he loves you, he's going to respect you. Support. If he loves you and he's loyal, he's going to support you. If he's loyal and loves you, he's going to compromise. If he's loyal and loves you, he will share values with you. Goals. His goals is not your goals. You're supposed to follow his goals. You're supposed to support his goals. Whether you have ambitions or not, you're supposed to support his goals. If his goals is to take over the world, damn it, help him take over the world. If his is to make you a sandwich, damn it, support him in his dream to make you a sandwich. That's his dream. That's his ninja way. Empathy. If he loves you, he's going to know what you feel like. He's going to have understanding of how you feel. Affection. Love. Can't be affectionate without love. Fun. Not everybody's fun, boo-boo. Sorry. Not everybody's fun. Or not everybody's version of fun is the same version of fun as yours. Because some people's version of fun is getting wasted beyond all recognition. His may not be. His may be getting drunk beyond all recognition. Yours may not be. That's your idea of fun. But just because y'all don't have the same type of fun doesn't mean he's not fun. And doesn't mean that you're not fun. It just means that y'all are different kinds of fun. But does that mean that y'all have to have the same kind of fun all the time? No. Have your fun by yourself. Have his fun by himself. Y'all are good. Me and my wife, 24 years, do it all the time. Laughter. What do you mean? Does he have to be Eddie Murphy funny? Or does he have to just find things funny and laugh with you? If we're talking about laughing with you, cool. If he's talking about being funny enough to make you laugh, well, I could go on. Purple, you said a mouthful. That's a resume. You doing too much. She didn't like him enough. I honestly see your perspective, but honestly, it's great she's honest and she knows she didn't like him enough to waste his time. It's not her fault she didn't feel the spark. Here's the joke. What if she feels the spark for somebody else, but the spark isn't there for him? Now he's all kinds of stuff now, isn't he? You wasted my life. You wasted 2 years of my life turning around and I gave you everything. I gave you everything and you turned around and you just left me for that whore. Get your shit. Get out. I know y'all know that one. Then all of a sudden you lighting his clothes on fire in his BMW or his Mercedes. As you smoke a cigarette that you haven't smoked in 20 years. But the dude that you didn't feel a spark for was good to you. Treated you like the woman you knew you wanted to be treated like. But because he couldn't give you a bigger diamond ring, because he couldn't take you on a trip to Dubai, but he could take you to a trip to Florida. He could take you to a trip to the Florida Keys. He might even mess around and be able to take you to a trip to Jamaica every now and then. But because you couldn't go to Dubai and Europe and all this other stuff, you cut him loose. Now what? Now what? Respect and consistency. Okay. That's enough. But again, loyalty and love will actually get you respect and consistency, even if he was not consistent before. Because if he loves you, he will move everything for you. Except the job. Because the job is what makes everything happen. His career, his purpose is what makes everything happen. He's not giving that up for you. And if that's what you're going to try to do, his level of respect is knowing that his respect comes from his purpose. And if you're trying to move him from his purpose, just know you're going to be dismissed. It's just that simple. Women that think like this are the absolute worst. Imagine being a man in this situation. You guys will never be satisfied. Stay single, please. Don't put a decent man through this. Okay. The problem with that mindset is that you're constantly looking for better. What is better? How do you know what better looks like? So, ever heard of the saying, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush? Yeah, there's better birds out there, but you already got one. You're going to drop this bird to go grab two more? You're stupid. And deserve every fail you get after that. Fell down, bumped your head? On you. Got your feelings hurt? On you. Got your behind whooped? On you. Got treated like trash? On you. Disrespected in front of your peers and colleagues? On you. Because he was better. He looked better. He dressed better. He smashed better. But the one thing that makes it all go, he didn't have it. Respect for you. Because you told him that story about that man that you let go, that treated you good. And all of a sudden, in his head, he has no respect for you now. Wait, you let go of a decent dude? You let this dude go? For him? For me? Oh, okay. I agree with everything you said, but now that I think about it, I used to be with a girl that was perfect. One day I just stopped liking her. I don't know, gang. Maybe it's just falling out of love, don't you think? What made you fall out of love? What was it? Was it the standards? Was it the way she talked to you every day? Was it the attention you kept getting? What was it that she wasn't doing for you? Sometimes you just got to get over it. She's not going to do it. Because I promise you, the next chick might be not so perfect. Same thing for the guys. But anyway, let's keep moving because I'm done.
Hey, so all the dudes out there in their softball era, shut up, dude. No, seriously, shut up. Because it's fuckboys like y'all that created this in the first place. What do you mean, bro?
What are you talking about?
What are you getting out of this, bro? What are you getting? Like, can you let me know? Please. You're talking about the soft guy era, but with all your mannerisms and stuff of that nature in your videos, doing all that.
I don't even want to.
All right, y'all. So I just broke up with my ex of 5 years. And
This man is so obsessed with me. He's made like 3 videos about me in the past, 48 hours. I think at this point, he just wants my attention. So here you go, boo. Here's some attention. I know you're begging for it. Like, you want me to talk to you so bad. Here, what conversation do you want to have? It's so funny that these males get on the internet every single day, and when women complain about men, they say, you chose a pookie, choose better. That's what they always say, right? But when we do date with standards and we choose better and we date with discernment, they have something to say about that too. It just goes to prove that.
That's because you have the discernment of a freaking lemming. You have the discernment of a groundhog. Let me explain something to you about discernment. We're not saying that you shouldn't hold yourself to a standard, that you should be dating with a discernment, that we're not. See, the difference is that y'all are conflating a guy that you don't like with a pookie. What you have to understand is a pookie is somebody that has no ambition, no life, no nothing. We ain't talking about broke, because any man can be broke at any time. And that's the part that y'all don't understand. Sometimes the broken dusty might not have been broken dusty 4 years ago. And he was broken dusty now only because life hit him. Maybe he was married. Ever thought about that? But he's broken dusty. But your discernment only saw the dollar value in him. Your discernment only saw what he can give to you, what you could get out of him, and you couldn't get anything out of him. So therefore, he's broken dusty and he's not worth your time. Your discernment, your spidey sense started tingling. Your broke vibes started going off. Right? Am I wrong? Stop me if I'm wrong. But then, all of a sudden, here comes Mr. Wonderful walking in the room. Armani suit, Hugo Boss tie, Tom Ford cologne, red bottom shoes, Versace frames, $200 haircut, $1 million smile. How many of y'all, as a matter of fact, let's go, I'm going to go one deeper. How many of y'all seen the movie Temptation? With Journey Smollett? Tyler Perry movie? What happened? Two college graduates, one going for his pharmacy degree, and she's working her way through an advertising agency with a degree in psychology, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Boyfriend / fiance is on his way up. He's not quite there yet. They're a little bit on the struggle side, but they ain't broke. They living a little rough, but they ain't broke. She's at the agency trying to make a name for herself. Then in comes this millionaire brother. Handsome, good looking, everything that I just described before. He starts running game on her. She starts getting gassed up. Find out, Buddy is very abusive. Even worse, Buddy got HIV. Unprotected. He ain't doing jack. He ain't taking care of himself at all. And on top of that, he's hitting it raw. Your husband, boyfriend, fiance is concerned about where your head is at, sees that you're like, I'm leveling up, I'm doing this, he's better than you, I'm doing whatever. But then all of a sudden, you find out he's whooping your behind now. In comes your husband, who you're cheating on, comes in, whoops the cowboy mess out of the dude that you went off with, only to carry you out the house, only to find out you got to go, and now you're, at the end of the movie, going to the very same pharmacy he now owns with his new wife and 2 kids to get your HIV meds. He'll look out for you, get you those meds, keep you alive, but this is my family now. So when y'all talk about discernment, when you talking about, oh, when we pick better, yes, we talking about pick better in the sense of pick men with better character, pick men with better ambition. Doesn't mean he's got to be a billionaire. Just better ambition to want to take care of his family, want to be upstanding, want to be respectable, want to be respected in his community, wants to uplift those around him to be better people. That type of discernment is what we're talking about. But keep going. Keep making yourself sound dumb.
These type of males, they don't say things because they have some kind of conviction or they have some kind of like right or wrong about what they're talking about.
Are we really sure about that? Or are you just in your feelings? Because it sounds to me like you're in your feelings because a guy who keeps calling you out on your bull is making you feel some type of way. Because he's trying to show you how stupid you sounded when you turn around and you say that you got rid of a man who is doing good for you. who is good to you. But good is not good enough for you. And if good is not good enough for you, how often do you meet great? Let's go ask Juanita Jordan what she thinks about what I just said. Because Michael Jordan is great. He makes a lot of money. He's respected in the community in certain ways. But guess what? Apparently not so faithful. Apparently not so, like affectionate to the nth degree. Wants what he wants, when he wants it, how he wants it. Very demanding, as I understand it. You thought you could handle it. You thought you could handle a great man, a man with ambition, a man with drive, a man with an insatiable appetite to be the best. You thought you could handle it. But now you'll be happy with good. Tell me I'm lying. Halle Berry, anybody? Is her man better than most of the men that she dated and married in the past? I'll wait. And when I say better, I'm not talking about character and respect. I'm talking about as far as stature of man. Because I guarantee you, we all know her man is not making the money that she makes. Her man is not at the level that she's at. So as a result, she's dating down. And she's so-called happy now. But when she was up and coming as an actress, she was married to David Justice. She was married to Eric Benet. Then all of a sudden, that curve started happening on the level of man she was getting. In comparison to herself, that is. All of a sudden, don't gotta be so pretty. Her new man isn't ugly. But her new man isn't as pretty as the other men that she married and dated in the past. Openly dated in the past. Stop me if I'm wrong. She realized good is good enough. Or she's beginning to realize good is good enough. There's certain things that are not going to be required of the man that she's going to be happy with because she has been with the pinnacle of men that she could have been with and they were not good to her. They were great men. Eric Benet is a fantastic singer. David Justice was a fantastic baseball player. Won a World Series with the New York Yankees. I don't know her last husband's name, but he was apparently a great model. What do they all have in common with her? They're not with her anymore. For one reason or another, whether it's they put their hands on her, whether it's they cheated on her, or whether they fell out. What's the common denominator in all of that? It ain't the men. They all dated Halle Berry. What's wrong with her? Shout out to Sergeant Jackson. I remember when the announcement was made in 1998 that Halle Berry was divorcing David Justice. And I was young and stupid. And I said, who could divorce Halle Berry? And he literally said, somebody got to be tired of it. And I was shocked, bugged out that he would even open his mouth to say that. But 4 years later, I began to understand. But let's keep going. But let's keep hearing this.
Just don't like women, because no matter what you do, they will have something negative to say about you. If you become a single mother, or if you date a pookie, you date a bum, choose better.
Pookie, bums, are not the same as a man who doesn't have the most money on the planet. A bum is somebody that is willing to sit on your couch, do nothing, and live off you. That is what we consider a bum. A pookie is some guy that likes to run the streets, get money by any means necessary, disrespect you in all sorts of ways, and you still keep and accept him. That's a pookie and a ray-ray. Drinks excessively, cannot formulate a full sentence without saying nah me, can't formulate a full sentence without swearing, ever. I effing this, yo, I effing that, B. Yo, these effing B's is bugging, B. That is a pookie and a ray-ray. Not a guy that is a teacher and a personal trainer, makes decent money, treats you well, doesn't have the most, but doesn't have the least. I'm married, so I ain't worried about you, but I'm pointing out, if my wife was like you, she wouldn't have me. And where would she be in a relationship right now? I don't know. God bless her, if that were the case. But again, she would have missed her man with that bullshit. She would have missed her man with it. If she was looking at me the way you look at other men, she would have missed me. And she would have missed 24 years of happiness. Struggle, but happiness. The one thing I pride myself on as being my wife's husband is that I have done things for her that no man has ever done. And this is not in competition with her ex-husband. Respect to him. We're actually cool with each other. That's not what this is about. But if she pushed me off to the side and disregarded me as broken Dusty, she would not have experienced the things that she's experiencing with me right now. And I can say the same on the other side. If my wife does not look like the quote unquote baddie, I love my wife. My wife is beautiful. But if I was to overlook my wife as though she doesn't meet my standard of women because she's not built like this and she don't got this and she don't got that and she doesn't make enough money here and she doesn't do this for me, she doesn't do that, guess what? I wouldn't have the support system that I need in my life every day when I get home. To put the battery in my back to get me back out there again to keep doing what I do. She would just suck the life out of me instead of putting life into me. Instead of speaking life into me, she'd be sucking the life out of me. If I chose wrong. I chose wrong once. I did. But I know the difference now. And when I knew the difference, when I saw the difference, I knew what I needed to do. And I did it. And I'm still moving. So this whole nonsense, you
choose better and you're like, okay, I really gotta, go hard to like really find my husband. They have some.
Choose better than a Pookie and a Ray Ray and a bum. Not choose better as in look for the absolute best that is out there. Halley's Comet only comes around every 75 years. You waiting for that? I saw Halley's Comet when I was 10, 11? I think. Something like that. Let's even say 11 years old. I'll be 86 the next time it comes around. If I'm waiting for the best absolute wife a man could possibly have, I'd be almost dead by the time I get it. It's like Social Security. So what are you going to do? Wait for Social Security, or are you going to find yourself a job? Which one are you going to do? Me, I'm going to find me a job. I'm not waiting for Social Security. I'll collect Social Security when it's time for me to collect it. But until then, no. This is why we on the nonsense we on. This is why we can't get ahead. This is why we have the mindset that we have. Now I'm holding y'all accountable. Because Drizzle was a joke. Drizzle is a joke. It is a parody on how stupid y'all sound with this whole nonsense of, I need to find the best. I have a wife that makes me sandwiches. She cooks for me. She cleans for me. She takes care of our kids. But I got to go get Beyonce. Because she's almost a billionaire. Never mind that she's married to Jay-Z, who is a billionaire. But she's going to want me. When she sees me and when she sees all the ambition that I got and the love that I have inside, she's going to want to marry me. Stupid. That's what you sound like. Who's a single, not married, famous female that we could turn around that has money? Zendaya's a little young. Let me see. Single. Don't even know. Rihanna's not married. Okay, let's go with Rihanna. She's not married. She's got a baby daddy and 2 kids with that same man. She really ain't going nowhere. We all know that. As guys, we know she ain't going nowhere. But she ain't married. Let's sound like y'all real quick, ladies. She ain't married. If she sees the hard work and ambition that I have inside, she'll pick me. She'll choose me. When she sees how hard I work, how much better of a body I got than her man, when she realizes that, I cut my own hair and that I cook my own foods and that, I could clean up a little bit and I smell good. Yo, who wouldn't want me? Rihanna. She don't want me. 5 feet 4 inches tall. Don't want her. But that's my point. If I was to I'm going to drop my wife of 24 years to go chase my dream of getting Rihanna. Oh, Lord. Sorry, honey. You've been good to me, but I deserve my wife. What? You're stupid. You know what? My wife will laugh at me. As a matter of fact, I ain't even gonna lie to you. My wife will laugh at me. You stupid. Is that what you... Wait, did Rihanna hit you up? No, but she will when she meets me. I promise you, with every fiber of my being, my wife will laugh at me. Even if I'm nowhere near serious. But let's say I was. My wife would laugh at me. And rightfully so. Heartbroken that I took 24 good years of her life. Angry as hell. But she would be dying laughing at how stupid I am. Okay, let's keep going.
About that too. Whether you're right or wrong, these weirdo males will always have something to say. Like, it's kind of weird. At this point, he's obsessed with me. Like, he follows my personal page and he stitches and like talks about everything that I do. Like, go get a life.
Because you sound stupid. And he's using you as the prime example of how stupid you sound. As a woman, foregoing your happiness to try to chase your happiness.
Because at least with the bear's not gonna just date me for my money.
Did you ever think that maybe, like, that's because you're just not an interesting person? Like, really, like, all of you dudes that complain so much about, you know, worrying about women dating you only for your money or whatever, maybe that's because y'all aren't interesting.
You do sound corny, buddy. What do you mean we're not interested? What do you mean another man isn't interested? If he's leading a life of purpose, he already is interesting. It's just not interesting to you or interesting to her. That's fine too. But at the same time, don't go crying in your milk about how the guy that you are interested in isn't interested in you. See how that works? Okay, keep going. And it's not like, oh, these guys are all chasing Rihanna. These guys are like, I'm dating women that are in my line of vision. I'm talking to them, getting to know them. And this is the nonsense they espouse. But keep going.
I'm here to save you. I'm here to save you from the men. I'm here. Yo, lame ass. Did you grow up? Because at least with the bear's not gonna just.
No,
I'm save you. I'm here to save you from the men. I'm here. Yo, lame ass. Did you grow up thinking that you were gonna become a panda bear, or is that just something new? Or maybe have you ever thought that you weren't? Shut up. I expect nothing more from a panda bear male feminist. I expect nothing less. This man said, "Bane of red pill and manosphere." That told me everything I need to know. You're not a threat. A Bane is a threat. You're not a threat to the red pill or the manosphere.
I would rather women not trust any man, including myself, than accidentally trust the wrong one.
Do you hear how stupid you sound? Not Scarface, but this dude, whoever this dude is. You would rather a woman not mess with you who claims to be the superhuman ally than to turn around and let a woman trust the wrong man. How many men are the wrong men? Let's even say it's 50-50. It's a crapshoot. You stupid. But keep going, simpleton.
My goodness, he has panderitis. He's deep in.
Oh, he's Omega
I
level
just watched a
panda.
white girl fight off a robber. I just watched a white girl fight off a
Wait, you watched her? Continue.
at gunpoint. He literally had a gun to her. She fought him off, got the magazine out the gun and everything. But the crazy part about it was that there was two men watching very close by. He did it because he knew they wasn't gonna do shit, and they did not. It was one man sitting on the grass watching it, just watching the girl. Like, what the fuck are men for? Why are they here? Because I don't have to guess that if a woman, any type of woman, was sitting there and seeing that, they would have tried to help. It could have been a woman in a goddamn wheelchair. She would have wheeled her ass over there and handled business. I just don't understand the point of men anymore.
Oh my gosh, what else are men good for? Why didn't these two men step in and help a random woman?
Now watch this. I haven't watched this video. I don't watch these videos, but I can tell you why he did it. It's not my wife. It's not my girl. As a matter of fact, forget my girl. She's not my wife. Because, like in the last video, or the last couple of videos before, man looked... Can you imagine the good dude that other girl dropped? Trying to put his life on the line to save her from getting robbed. He gets shot, and she still feels the same way she felt about him and cuts him loose. He's a good guy. Saved my life. Stopped me from getting my Louis purse stolen. But I'm not in love with him. I'm gonna land this plane because this is laughable. The soft guy era is literally a parody to show y'all how simple y'all sound as women. Trying to find the one where let me play this one. This was a pretty good one.
I needed, and some woman came up to me and asked me where the car floor mats were. It's such a major ache I turned, and I yelled at her at the top of my voice, "Do not approach men in public, you creep." Drizzle, drizzle. I mean, such an ick.
You know what's so funny about this?
Girl sends me a message, says, "Hey, handsome, how's your day?" So I send her a message back, "Not a good day." She's like, "Oh no, what's wrong?" I'm like, "I was day trading, took the long position in DJT, lost $25,000. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you make it back." I instantly hit her with a block. First of all, I'm in my soft guy era. I'm not day trading to lose money. If you find out that I lost $25,000 in the stock market, I better see you put that $25,000 back in my brokerage account. Drizzle, drizzle. If you can't put it in my brokerage account, Zell me the money right now. Drizzle, drizzle. Second, I should not have had to tell you that I was having a bad day. You should be able to feel my energy, drizzle, drizzle. If I manifested you because I don't chase, I attract, you should know already how I'm feeling before you send me that text message, drizzle, drizzle. And strike three, don't even start with, "Hey, handsome," or any of that BS. Do not start my day with the message without first sending me a Cash App notification that there's funds in my account. If you wanted to, you would. If you want me in your life, you would. If you don't, someone else will. No more brokies in 2024.
So, let me land this plane for real. This is it. This is the comedy of it all because the madness is still spreading. And when I say the madness, I'm talking about the madness of the delusion of the mindset of particular women who think that they deserve something without actually earning it. I'm not saying you gotta jump through a series of Tyler Perry movies in order to get your man. That's not what I'm suggesting. What I'm suggesting is be genuine, be human, be humble. Know that not every man is going to turn around and wipe the dirt off the bottom of your feet. While you scooping dirt with your back feet, he's going to come up and clean them. He's not. However, on the flip side, if you are a queen, true queen, he will queen you. He will queen you. And you don't have to worry about living a soft life because even though the life is not going to be easy, your grandma didn't have an easy life. Your mom didn't have an easy life. Your great grandma and your grandmas before that didn't have an easy life. It was hard, even when it looked easy. But that's the beautiful thing about an actual woman. The beautiful thing about an actual woman is that when they are living a rough life, they make it look beautiful. Because I'm going to tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, my grandmothers didn't live an easy life. Shout out to My grandmother on my father's side, who is now 99 years old. Happy birthday, Muddy. And that's her nickname. Don't ask. But neither of those women lived an easy life. And I'm not even talking about as young women. I'm talking about throughout their life, from day one to day none. On my mother's side, my grandmother did not live an easy life, but she lived a life with love, admiration, and respect that will last generations to come, as will my grandmother on my father's side. That is the life worth living. When you've got your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, your great-great-grandchildren coming to see you at any given time to see how you're doing, to celebrate your life, to give you hugs and kisses as you sit in the glow that is your legacy, that is your children, that is your family. Because that job will only get you but certain accolades, even as a man. But that life that you built with another human being, whether they were perfect or not, is the best thing that anybody can do on this planet. Change your mindset. I encourage you to do so, or I will hold you accountable. And feed yourself with the nutrition that you full on deserve. Have a nice day. Be the best you. Class is Stoutt.